It's Dick here with today's Life app. And I want to talk about quite an important subject. It's really about using your time effectively. I'm going to go to a scripture here found in Psalm 90 in verse 12. And it says this, "So teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom." Right off my Bible app on my iPhone. And it says here, "So teach us to number our days." What the scripture is saying here is teach us to use our time on earth effectively. And really, when you break that down, it breaks down to the fact that we need to use every day and every hour. You have an average of 90,000 working hours in your lifetime and 11,000 working days. That's basically your lifespan. You will spend approximately 24 years in bed. Doesn't feel like it sometimes, does it? 24 years in bed. If you're 18, you have 2,740 weeks left to live. If you're 30, you have 2,080. If you're 40, then you have 1,560. If you're 50, then 1,040. If you're 60, you have 520 weeks to live. That's a kind of a sobering thought, isn't it? It really does show you the limitation of time. But one thing we're all given an equal amount of is our time. And if we're going to use it effectively, we need to do a few things. One is that we need to make a plan. Someone said this, if you have no goal, you'll be sure to hit it. That's the facts. You have to have a plan, and the plan includes a goal. What are you going to do? If you want to succeed in life, you have to have a goal. It may be an educational goal. Many people say, well, I don't know what to do. Well, actually, if you begin to analyze your strengths and weaknesses, they themselves will tell you what your goal should be, what kind of education you should pursue, what makes you passionate, what gets you excited. Those are the things that are possibly signs that point to your destiny, your purpose. There's something else. There's something called 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule says this, that 20% of the things that you will focus on in a day, the top 20, will produce 80% of the fruit or the productivity of your day. The remaining 80% actually produce 20%. What is it saying? Well, you got to set priorities. Put that top 20% that produces 80% of the fruit into your top priorities for the day. Get them going in the morning. I say I do this, but I've got to say every now and then I look at myself and go, hey, wait a minute, I did this backwards. I've been spending time on the little things, cleaning that up, and should have been focusing on some of the bigger things of the day. Use your time effectively. Somebody said this is Parkinson's first law. Work expands so as to fill the time available for completion. Too often that's true, isn't it? And there's an illustration of this, though. At the U.S. Navy, in the beginning of World War II, they were building Liberty ships, one for every 150 days. But the need became desperate in World War II, so they needed to change the plan. So they called in planners who reorganized and cut the time first to 76 days. Then they cut it to 46 days. Then they cut it to 29 days. And by the end of the war, they had cut the time to 4 days, 15 and a half hours. Can you imagine building a ship in 4 days and 15 and a half hours? That shows you, that's from 150 days, shows you the effectiveness of time management. So you can use your time more effectively. That includes use your spare time more effectively. So what is today's Life app? Listen to me, you've only been given a certain amount of time. Learn to use it effectively. Be like the psalmist who says, Lord, teach us to number our days that we may be more effective.